The internet room is right there. I have no clue why. Like, it's working better.
Hi everyone, it's Stacy with So Steady. We're going to get started in just a moment. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had some internet issues, so we're hoping that I'll be able to do my live demo. But if not, then I will be just sharing with you some amazing new tools, and we're going to be doing giveaways throughout the whole event. So nevertheless, you'll still have a great time. Can I get a confirmation? Let's see here. To make sure everyone can hear me okay. Can you hear me? Please give me a shout out if you can hear me okay. A little worried just because my internet was causing me issues a little bit ago. Yay, thanks, Donna. That is great news. Well, again, this is our 2.0 because we decided we had so many great things to share with you that we wanted to go ahead and do a second launch with the bonus items, the items that aren't included in the box, just to kind of make things a little bit more clear about what you're getting and what you're not going to necessarily get in the box, but you can buy separate. And of course, you can buy all the goodies in the box separate too. So today we're going to be sharing with you our new products that we're going to have some bonus classes on throughout the quarter, brand new embroidery collection, and we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. So I think you're going to enjoy the whole event. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're hoping, like I said, I wanted to do a live demo for you. Somewhat selfishly because I'm hoping to finish a cute little pillow project that I started a couple days ago. And so this will complete my pillow set if I get to do this live demo. But either way, we are going to go ahead and kick off all of this fun stuff right now. All right. So just to get started, we are going to go ahead and confirm that we are announcing the winner for our Q3 Elevate Club box. I did want to go ahead and remind everyone that we've got that awesome arrow block challenge happening. So that was started at the beginning of the second quarter box when we released that, and that is for anyone that created projects in the box or anything that inspired them outside the box for that arrow project box. So the challenge is called the Arrow Block Project Challenge, and it is still running. We aren't seeing a lot of entries though, so we're hoping that we can get all of you to join in the fun and make sure to get yourself entered into this project challenge. So we are doing some fun giveaways, a $75 gift card for our winner. So get your project in there, guys. This is our Arrow project challenge, and it's lasting through the end of the month. So you can put your final touches over the weekend, get it submitted, and then we'll be picking our winner in a couple weeks. So I'll post a link to that if you haven't seen it or you forgot about it. And then you can go ahead and make sure to join in the fun there. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick reminder of what we reviewed last week in our new product giveaway. Or our new product launch. We reviewed our Elevate quilting box, and that was our box that comes with every quarter. We do one quarterly box that comes with 5 quilting projects. It comes with a fabric kit to make the block that we're inspiring that quarter. It comes with the tools for that are going to be highlighted in that box. It comes with a quilting panel and project plan. You have the opportunity to get quilting templates and embroidery if you so choose, collection. And then, of course, you get all of the relevant education that we're offering all quarter long. This quarter, we have over 22 classes that are highlighting all of these amazing tools and designs in this box. So that is a lot of really fun education that you can dive in and really have some fun with. And the boxes are starting to ship today, so you should get them just in time for next week. So be checking your mail. But yes, we are starting to ship all of those boxes. I just saw that question come in. So this is the all of the goodies that are in this box. If you got the Get It All box, that's over $475 in goodies, along with awesome education. And our goal is to give you education that, or a box that allows you to really turn that education to life all quarter. So our first class that we're going to be kicking off, I think, is going to be the flag class with Kathy Clausen. That's happening on July 3rd. You're going to absolutely love that class. You do not have to have the tools right away to do it, but we're hoping to get you those tools anyways. And we are, have the opportunity to highlight some of our partners. And one of our partners that we're highlighting is the amazing Premier Prints, and they offer some awesome outdoor fabrics. So um, we do have some really cool partner giveaways that I'll remind you of today as well that are part of our club program. You'll see it in your club guide when you get that too. So again, this is our club box. That's what we are giving away. Oh, I shared it too soon. So we announced and we've been promoting the giveaway of our Q3 club box, and we have officially picked a winner. We had over 850 entries into our club box giveaway, and the official winner of that is Cindy Wenke. Cindy, congratulations. We already sent you an email, so you can respond back to us, but you are the winner of the summer club box. So we'll need to know what your make and model of machine is or what shank size you wish to have, and we'll get that box out to you right away. So we do have more giveaways today though, guys, so stay with me because we're going to have all kinds of fun today as we introduce the other new items and really dive a little bit deeper into those. So the new EmbroideLee collection is the Butterflies in Flight collection. This is not included in the box. So I'm going to be diving deeper into all of the designs that we are including in the box, the designs that are included in this Butterflies in Flight collection right now. Let me go ahead and see if I can get this pulled up so I can give you the full view here. I want you to be able to see these designs and really appreciate them. So hopefully this will do it here. All right. So the next, this is really showing you all of the designs and their partners. So every one of these designs we're kind of considering more in that edge to edge collection. And so we're offering every design in this Butterflies in Flight collection, which there's over 140 designs in it. We're offering every design in an A option and a B option. The B option is with the connector. And as we go through these a little bit closer in detail, I will actually give you a closer up visual of what that connector looks like. But these are going to be some awesome designs. You can easily nest them and really be able to give yourself some really beautiful quilting all over. Now, again, that is um, our collection is really inspired by our Butterflies in Flight template, but we also are highlighting several different designs this quarter, including our Wreath and Echo 16, our Spinifex 7, of course, the Spinifex that's included in the box, and so on. So we want to make sure that as we are providing you this amazing collection, you're able to appreciate all of that variety. So, of the 140 designs, there are 16 unique edge to edge designs in this collection. Um, and so now let's explore them a little bit closer. So the Butterflies in Flight design one, let's get that a little bit closer. You can see that this design is without the connector right here, and then with the connector right here. With the connector, you can see that we're using kind of that little curly cue on the template to be able to connect it to each of the new designs. So there's only one connector, which is kind of unique, that allows you to be able to not have to line up in multiple places. So one connector means that all you have to do is pick one spot to connect to the next design. Yay! This collection offers 6 different sizes. So you're getting a 4-inch hoop, a 6-inch hoop, an 8-inch hoop, a 10-inch, and a 12-inch hoop size. So if you can imagine, these are going to be really nice big butterflies, guys. So if you push this out into the 12-inch hoop size, you're getting really big butterflies that you can have a lot of fun with in your quilting in the hoop. And I had a lot of fun, and I really wanted to have fun with you in a demonstration today. So let's hope that my internet starts acting nicer to me and I can take you into my sewing room. Okay, so then this is our next collection. This is butterfly number 2. I absolutely love this butterfly on the side. So that side perspective, that just gets me giddy. I mean, maybe I just love butterflies in flight, but I think that this is such a fun design. And again, 6 different hoop sizes with that, and you can see it with the connector and again without. Okay, so the next one we have here, we have design number 3. And again, this is a really fun one. I actually use this one in my projects. You're going to see this in real life on a project. And this one allows you to go ahead and do that A and the B connector again. And you can see we've incorporated those beautiful Spinifex designs into this that we included in the box. So this is a lookbook that you are going to be getting in your box. So don't worry. That's something that if you're a club member, you'll get in your box. So you can get inspired by all what you can do with templates as well. And this is, again, another one of the amazing designs. This has got a lot of fun kind of uh, fancy, I would call that fancy flower designs in an edge to edge format. Another great one that, again, is just kind of using the designs in the box and really giving you some fun edge to edge look there. You can see how you can flip it and rotate it and really be able to nest it together nicely. This one could get a little busy, but you might find a good home for it. This is using that template that we included in the box again, and then of course allowing you to go ahead and merge that. So one thing that I think will be really great is to be able to combine some of these designs because there is a lot going on. So if you can combine these designs and really be able to have multiple designs, on a single project. I think, there's similar enough things going on here that you could really have fun with it. Ooh, I love this one. This has just got that sunflower look to me that I think is so amazing. So, again, this is going to be another one that you can take advantage of in that collection. And a few more here, guys. And again, one thing to point out is that all of these designs are available in every file type. So if you're a long armor or if you are a domestic user, you're able to take advantage of these files in all file types. And we included them all in the same USB because we're only offering these in a single stitch format. All right. And so again, another really fun one. Look at that butterfly, just loving the flowers here. This could be really, really fun for summer pillow projects and any kind of summer inspired project that you might be doing. And again, we've got butterfly design 10. And let's see here. All right. And then we have our design 11 right here. I'm sharing with you a few more. And I like to call this the kissing butterflies. They're both kissing the same flower. That's a fun one. And all right. So now we're getting into some what I would like to call a little bit more of like the more of that meandering full hoop design type of designs, smaller butterflies, but you're able to go ahead and get, a little bit more going on in the hoop. So that's design 14. And then 15 and 16 are similar to that. So those are the designs in this collection. There's 16 different designs. It's got a retail price at that $75. You get it with 6 different hoop sizes and again with that USB as well. So here's just a few of the inspired projects that have been created using those designs. And so excellent. So that is our new Butterflies in Flight collection. We are super excited because we not only have this gorgeous collection, but we also have a fun class kit to share with you as well. But I think first we should give one away. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and use my fancy giveaway tool here to do a giveaway for our Butterflies in Flight embroidery collection. And so let's take a look here. And we've got 51. So if you want to be in the drawing, this is your time to be able to tell us what you think about this embroidery collection so far, because that's what you're going to win, guys. And so our winner for the Butterflies in Flight embroidery collection is going to be Patricia. Congratulations, Patricia Etheridge. You are the winner of the Butterflies in Flight embroidery collection. So hopefully you have an embroidery machine or you know someone that would love one. Could be a great gift for someone as well. So we're going to go ahead and carry on with our next items here, but I will go ahead and have all the winners make sure to email us, and I'll put a little note on the screen here before we go today. All right, so the next items that we're sharing is that class kit. So I kind of teased that we do have a class kit for this as well. So if you want to do a little practice work, get these stitched out ahead of time, maybe make a fun little placemat, then this could be a really fun little thing to bring in. The class kit is really great because not only is it giving you this singular design, so for $15 you can get the practice panel panel, the ruler instructions, and the embroidery instructions along with a single embroidery design. So let me show you what that looks like here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go into my class kit and give this to you on a little bigger screen. And so, as we go into this, we kind of take you through the steps of going ahead and downloading the singular embroidery design. And then you will receive the practice panel with it as well. So, in addition to that, we then take you through the steps of creating this design right here with ruler work. And I will tell you, we did an amazing job of really detailing out how you can take advantage of the points in your Churn Dash panel to be able to build your edge to edge design around that. And so there are several different points that we walk you through and how to identify that. And it's a really detailed step out process. So you're going to want to go ahead and kind of follow that along. But we try to do our best to give you really big pictures and help you in learning how to create this design with your Westerly Design Butterflies and Flight ruler, and really kind of do that edge to edge look. So what I love about this class kit and this particular ruler is that you can do all of this whole stitch out with one ruler, which is kind of exciting. And that's our new Butterflies and Flight ruler. So this is the takeaway. It's got that really cool little curly Q. I call it the curly Q connector that allows you to connect each of the designs. And then, of course, all of those fun oval designs that are built into it that you can create some really fun flower kind of whimsical designs with. And then finally, the butterfly. And we walk you through how to create that fun side by side butterfly look. And of course, carry forward into the remainder of the design. So we hope that you enjoy taking advantage of the class kit and being able to kind of walk through how to create these different designs with those written out handouts. And then Melissa will also be teaching a class later this quarter where she'll be walking you through this entire class kit. And I'm telling you, this is a few pages, guys. I think that this ended up being about a 20-page class kit because there is a lot of step outs. So, yeah, it's definitely one that you're going to want to take advantage of if you can. For just $15, you can get that practice panel. If you're already a club member, then you'll be able to take advantage of that as well. So if you love the class kit, you love the written instruction to kind of help you through that process, then you'll want to make sure to tell us right now because we're about to pick a winner for the amazing class kit that we just shared with you. So let's pick a winner, guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start over, and we're going to head on over to see how many names we've got collected so far. All right, we've got 44 collected, and this is going to be the practice panel with the class kit instructions. So you're going to go ahead and win that, and let's see who our winner is. All right. Jody George. Congratulations, Jody. You are the winner of our Butterflies in Flight practice panel and class kit. And you can find that again if you are interested in purchasing that. If you didn't win it today, you can find that on our So Study website. And of course, you can order it from any of our amazing stores that carry our Westerly Design and So Study products. It's brand new, so they might ask you to tell them a little bit more about it to get it on order, but we're happy to help them through it. And of course, if you want to go ahead and have it pick up at a store near you, you can get free shipping as well when you're purchasing over $50 in goodies on our website. So let's head over to the next. Oh, I did that a little quick. Let's go ahead and tell you about the Churn Dash class kit number C before we give that away. So our Churn Dash class kit C, I think, is a really, really fun design. It incorporates the Spinifex number 8 template with the mini fill zigzag template. And so we are going to be giving away today the class kit with the templates, the practice panel, and of course the embroidery instruction as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that full class kit as well. And what happened here? Trying to get in. There it is. It was hiding. All right. So we're going to go ahead and walk you through this class kit now as well. So we're going to take you through creating this design on repeat. But essentially, this is a singular design that you'll have the opportunity to download right out of our class kit here. And that is the Churn Dash design number 9. This was originally created by Donna McCauley in her Essence of Tradition designs. And we chose this as one of our class kits to highlight. So this again uses the Spinifex number 8 and the mini fill design if you are doing the ruler work portion. And Donna just always does such an amazing job with walking you through this instruction. So we went ahead and took advantage of a lot of the instruction that Donna had created. And so you can see, use it, creating that kind of, I would consider it a 4-part flower design and using your crosshair markings to create that ahead of time. And then we walk you through going ahead and creating the border around it, and then, of course, adding the zigzag designs around that border. And I just think that looks so, so amazing when you do that all over design. And I think that that's something that, again, is kind of sometimes can be underappreciated is that all of these really show you that all over design. So you can really get inspired with what this will look like overall. So this class kit, you have an option to buy 2 different ways. You can buy it um, with the just the practice panel and the instruction. And in that scenario, it will come with the singular embroidery design, or you can buy it with the templates. And again, you get the mini fill zigzag and the 3.5-inch 8 Spinifex 8, and that cost is just $40. So with the practice panel and all that goodie. So now let's give one away since I decided to do that ahead. So let's go ahead and pick our winner for the class kit number C. All right. So heading into my giveaways here, make sure to tell me if this is one you'd love to win. Again, it is kind of fun when they come with the templates. I know someone mentioned earlier that they love it when the class kits come with the templates because then you kind of get a plan with a template set that is ready to quilt, ready to add to a project. Congratulations, Jeannie. You are the winner of our class kit number C, which is again a bonus class that is not included in your box, but we'll be highlighting this quarter. So there will be a full class. I think Shauna is going to be walking you through creating this design on a practice panel. So you'll be able to have Shauna Rendon, one of our amazing educators, walk you through quilting that out on rulers. And then Mindy will be doing the embroidery quilt out. So you'll have a class that teaches you both of those. All right, so now let's head on over to our next one, which is going to be our Churn Dash Block D. Now, obviously, I love all of these designs, but this one you do have some options to create a little bit more texture, especially when it comes to rulers. It might be a little bit more fun to do it that way. This is the Circles on Quilts Wreath number 16. So in this class kit, you would be getting the 3.5 inch wreath number 16 and the 5.5 inch wreath number 16. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that full kit here so you can kind of appreciate all the instruction that you're going to be getting with it. So this is the practice panel. Again, this could be kind of a fun little placemat setting or something, maybe a new bag. I know we have that fun bag project that Donnell created for our practice panels. And then we're walking you through how to create a singular design that you can then add, of course, to all 4 quadrants. And this also includes the embroidery design. So you'll have the opportunity to download the singular embroidery design if you so choose. And so the layout variation does give you an idea of gridding out behind the design, which is an option and does add some really fun texture to the project overall. So instead of just doing the actual design with the, connecting circles on quilts wreath templates in the 4 points, you could actually grid it out all the way around. And that again just gives it some kind of feel like a little picnic look or something. So we're going to walk you through how to go ahead and create that design, starting with, of course, the spin FX 3.5 circles on quilts wreath 16 3.5 inch, and then we build on it with the 5.5 inch, and then walk you through building on the 5.5 with the echo. So again, if you're just looking for some extra instruction, this is an amazing way to get extra instruction on how to use your templates and, really having this step out process for creating a singular design. And then if you do desire to add the cross hatching, we do recommend a straight ruler. We do not include it in this class kit, but it is an option. So this is one of the optional layouts. And then of course, again, you can kind of check out that optional layout of adding in that grid as we saw earlier. So this is our Churn Dash project D, class kit D. And so again, the quilt kit is optional. You can get the quilt kit with the templates. You get both the 3.5 and the 5.5 inch for just $40. So we had a consistent price point on our templates this time. And then you get that practice panel, the embroidery design, and the instruction all included for that price. So a great, great deal. So now I think we should pick a winner for that one too. So again, you guys know the drill now because we love to give things away. We're going to go ahead and head on over and pick our winner for this class kit number D. And let's see how many entries we have now. We have 57. 58 and growing, guys. All right, up to 60. So let's see who's going to win. So you're going to win both the 3.5 and the 5.5 inch circles on quilt 16, along with the practice panel. And wow, this is really flowing quick. Looks like my internet's doing better, huh? Janice Butati? Do I say that right? Janice, congratulations. You are the lucky winner of our quilt kit. And that is for our Churn Dash practice panel D. So, really what we're trying to do every single quarter is inspire quilting and inspire it towards kind of a focus. And so this quarter, we are going to be focused on Churn Dash. And so we are giving you the opportunity to learn several different quilting designs and opportunities for the Churn Dash block. So this is one of those bonus class kits. You can take advantage of that. We offer that on our website as well. So you can see those options on our website. I'll take you over there just to see how that works. You get to choose if you want it in low shank, high shank, or long arm, or if you just want that practice panel, you can choose that as well. and then you can just add that to the cart. So that is an option right there on our website. Like I said earlier, if you purchase over $50, and you can have that pick that up in one of our stores here in the continental US for free. So that's a great opportunity for you. All right, so we've picked our three winners today. Actually, did we have four winners? I think we had four winners today, guys. And so now I think what I would love to do, I would absolutely love to do this, is I would love to take you in and remind you. Actually, our Kathy Clausen Garden Flag project is next Wednesday. So that's going to be on July 2nd at 1 p.m. So stay tuned for that. We're super excited to have kind of kick off our Churn Dash projects with Kathy. She's obviously one of our amazing educators here. And who doesn't want a garden flag? This is going to be so fun. So join us for that. And Melissa is going to be highlighting the butterflies in flight designs and that ruler work class kit that I shared with you earlier. That's going to be, I believe, in August. We've got Deb Donovan doing a really fun class with our half square triangle cutting ruler that you got in the box. And that's going to be using the Butterflies in Flight embroidery collection. I am going to be attempting to do this project right now that you're seeing on the screen there. Hopefully that works. And if not, then we'll do another class where I use that practice panel to do some fun stuff later this quarter. And then we also have a messenger bag project that is going to be done with Carrie. And she's going to be taking you through creating the embroidery designs and then creating a messenger bag on it. So all kinds of fun stuff we're going to be doing with that Butterflies in Flight embroidery collection. So definitely want you to take advantage of that if you can. And so we are going to go ahead. I'm going to run into the other office and see if I can go ahead and get that going for the project today. And if not, just know it'll be offered later this quarter. Okay. So give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm just running down the hall. I wish I had some good music for you here. And then we will see if we're going to be able to do the project today. Just 1 sec.
Okay, guys, I'm here. Let's see if it works. It looks like we're going to be okay. So should we dive in? So I was excited to share with you. I have my fun little cameras all set up, but I wanted to share with you because I only got to put it on the screen. And of course, this is our amazing box that we just kicked off this last week. But we do also have this, which is our wreath designs. So I wanted to show you these amazing wreath designs that you're going to be getting in this kit so you can get a better perspective of those templates. So let's see if I can do it on this. Maybe I'll show a little better right there. But this is that class kit that I walked you through. And so you get that along with the templates, of course. So that's going to be these on this panel. And so you get that wreath and echo. You get that echo piece right up here, which is kind of looks like somebody took a bite out of the template, but it's actually going to echo this design beautifully. And then you get that Wreath and Echo number 5 as well. So you're going to learn all about how to use that in that class, as well as, of course, having the templates. So get your templates ahead of time so you can enjoy that class. And then we have the practice panel for, I believe that this is the C, and that comes with the Spinifex number 8 3.5 inch template, which you can see right there. And then, of course, the beautiful mini fill zigzag template. So this is a really fun way to check out those mini fill zigzags, or the mini fill designs, and maybe just try out one with this class kit. So that might be something that you want to take advantage of as well. All right, so if you already have the template separately, then you can go ahead and just take advantage of the practice panel and or just that video-based class, because we'll be hosting the video-based class later this quarter, and you can really just enjoy that and maybe put it on your own little Churn dash block that you're working on. So those are the amazing class kits that we included. Of course, we had our class kit for the butterflies in flight and the practice panel for that as well. And I may have already done some fun stuff with that practice panel. So they only give me one to play with, but you can see right here that I went ahead and put that design right here on my practice panel. I did it with embroidery, but you know, ruler work is obviously a really fun way to use that ruler as well and do that full embroidery design with your ruler. So now we have our EmbroideLee collections, and again, you'll get that in that full size lookbook along with the USB. I currently have the USB in my machine right now because I'm going to take you through a 15-minute pillow project. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to head over to my hoop and ruler organizer, which is actually, I'm going to put on display here. Okay, so our hoop and ruler organizer is one of my favorite things that I love to show everyone how cool this is, because if you haven't got a good spot where you store your hoops, then you're going to absolutely love this. This allows you to store your hoops right there on the wall. So let's see if I can give it to you a little bit. There it is. So it's got this acrylic little stand. I think I shared it with everyone last week too, but you're able to go ahead and store, it's got 4 different tiers to store a variety of different hoop sizes. And if you put it on the wall, then you have all that extra space maybe on your wall where you don't have it maybe sitting on a shelf or somewhere else on the floor in your sewing room, and you don't have to stack them because you can just hang them and then be able to go ahead and nest them easily, pull them off without having to move everything else. And now it comes, of course, with that big grid right up there too. So it holds the grids as well. So everything is just so organized. How do you not love that? So that is my hoop and ruler organizer. I'm getting my hoop out now because I'm going to do a project. So let's go ahead and take you over to the screen right here. And I'm going to grab the fabric. Yay, I get to finish my pillow project, guys. I told you that was selfishly my goal today, that I'll have my outdoor pillows done by the end of this live. Now, it'll probably take me a little bit longer, but okay, so I created this outdoor pillow. Hopefully my dog doesn't ruin it because it is white. I am a little bit worried that it could get a little dirty, but I am using the fabric from Premier Print. And so I am excited about that because this is that kind of rougher outdoor fabric. And then I used a couple of different embroidery designs in the collection to create the template. So I layered it with I put the template fuse on the back of the top layer, which is that outdoor fabric, and then I did use the fabric that we're including in the box on the second layer, and then but on this one I'm actually going to use 2 different layers of fabric. So I'm excited because I'm going to have my flowers pop in a different color, and so that is our pillow project. I'm using my circles and straights tool and mat today to be able to do that, and we're going to whip out one more circular pillow. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, I think that envelope back pillow projects are probably some of the funnest and quickest little projects that you can do. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get my embroidery hoop ready. I should give myself a little bit more space, but that's okay. One of the things that I love about these, the Butterflies in Fright embroidery collection, is that it's so forgiving. Because it's not like a square, it's not a block, you can really give yourself a lot of leeway and alignment. So I think that that's actually one of my favorite things about it, is that I'm not going to worry if I have this perfectly straight in my hoop, because I'm using the Butterflies in Flight collection, and butterflies are never perfectly straight, right? So I can tell already that that is not perfectly straight in my hoop, but that's okay, because I'm doing the Butterflies in Flight. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and put my embroidery unit onto my machine. So I always love to show this off because of how quick and easy it is. I have currently my Sew Steady large table on here with my circles on quilts, my universal circles on quilts, or universal circles and straights tool. And I'm just taking that off right here. And now I'm going to put on my embroidery unit. And so I'm just going to slide this onto the machine, and we are ready to play. All right. So I know earlier my bobbin was giving me a little bit of trouble. So let me see if I can make it happier with me before we get going too far. All right. And okay. So I think I added a little extra tag here that it didn't like to the outside. And that's always important, to make sure your machine is liking everything that you're doing before you get started. Okay. And here we go. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go ahead and get my bobbin back in place and get my machine all set and ready for embroidery. And so I'm using my Bernina 770 right now. Obviously there's lots of different embroidery machines out there, but I have put into my machine the USB, and now that I have the embroidery unit on, all I need to do is drop my feed dogs and choose my embroidery designs here. All right, let's see. I know it was in there earlier. Let's see if I can get it again. Oh, I saw it. There they are. All right. And let me show you what I'm looking at right now, which is my screen as I'm picking my options. So you can see all the file types as they flow through here. All right. I'm looking for the PES file type. Let's see here. Here we go. And there it is. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to pick a bigger design, and actually I'll get this on. But first I'm going to put my embroidery foot on the machine, just right here. And so these machines are pretty great at being able to, let's see. All right. And I'll do this one. There it is. Actually, I'll just point this down. This will be better for you. These machines are so great for the Berninas. If you've not used a Bernina before, I don't know that there's an easier way to change out a foot. I know snap foots work too pretty well, but I love how simple it is to change out your embroidery foot, or any foot really for that matter, on this embroidery machine here. And let's see, I say that and then I struggle. Usually I don't struggle like that. All right. So now I've got the embroidery foot on, and I'm going to go back to picking my design. So I actually went with the Butterflies in Flight Design 1. I just felt like it was kind of a simple one, and you can see that again on the project. But I picked 1, and I think I picked 3. 1 and 3 are the designs that I picked. I also picked the 12-inch size. So you can kind of see there that it, you have to manipulate it a little bit to work in your hoop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now just by picking the rotate the design feature. And then once I do that, now I know that it's going to fit because it's not red anymore. And then I'm just going to go ahead and kind of center it in the hoop, because my design is centered there. All right, so now let's go ahead and get the embroidery unit onto the machine. Perfect. And oh my, it's threaded, but barely. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my threads through. I've been struggling a little bit with my thread, having to rethread it after I finish each one of these. So I don't have to today. That's wonderful. All right, so now we are all set. We've got the embroidery design on the machine. I'm going to go ahead and point you down here, and then we're going to go ahead and watch this stitch out. Now, let me go ahead. It's going to take a little bit to stitch out, so let's go ahead and exit out of there, and then we're going to go ahead and, it's saying it wants me to, let's try again here. Oops, it's probably going to make me, if it's doing that, it might make me start over, because you know what today is telling me right now? It's not a good technology day for me. That's what it's telling me. Okay, so now I can put this on. There we go. All right. Do you guys ever feel like you have days like that? Like technology is not with me? All right. So it looks like we're in business, guys. I got the green light shining. That means it's good to go. So let's go ahead and begin stitching. Oh, now it wants me to choose the right foot. Yep, got it. And all right, here we go. All right, so as that stitches out, I'm going to go ahead and flip back over to this camera here. Okay, so I did a few different projects. This was the first one that I tried out with the pillow, and I just used my indoor fabric. And you know, it's cute. It's just like a fun. I think it's a fun summer project, something that you can put in maybe in your you know, living room or on a chair or even outdoor. And that's why I use the outdoor fabric for this one, because I wanted to be able to put it outside and not have to worry about it. Again, I don't know, I would choose white in the future, but this is that outdoor fabric. And I do think that it really, you know, the design pops really well on that. And especially now that I'm actually going to be doing 3 different layers. So you can see on the machine here, I've got that top fabric, which is the outdoor fabric. I've got this kind of fun Jason Yenter fabric from in the beginning. That's that whimsical one that we include in your box. And then I've got the pink that we also included in your box. And so I did put the fusible backer on the first 2 layers because I want to do the cutaway and then have a few different colors revealed for my next color. So it's actually coming along here, guys. You can see the stitch out process. So let's go ahead and head over there. Oh, see, I teased you because then it moved. But you'll see that there's very little backtracking with these designs. Our goal is to definitely, minimize your thread stops and minimize your backtracking, so you can really, not have to worry about overusage of thread. I know some of these designs are a little bit more detailed than others, so you want to choose the appropriate one for the project. If you don't have a lot going on the project, then using a design that's more thread focused would be great. And maybe it's, not ideal for quilting, but you could use it for something else too. So really what we like to say is that all of the designs that we create from our Wesley design inspired designs are really focused on that quilting in the hoop, because that's really where our templates, kind of originated from. But we love to be able to show, these fun little projects you can do with them, like with the template, to be able to get going and do something easy. So all I've done here is I've layered those top 3 layers, and then I have that batting. And then I just have a backing to it. And I will go ahead and end up doing an envelope back. So you'll never actually see this back fabric. I should have used something ugly. But yeah, you'll never use the back fabric that I put on the back of this, because you'll never see it, because I'm going to have an envelope back. So unfortunately, I use really great fabric for my back that nobody will see. One of the things that I love, and I know Anne pointed this out last week when she was using the ruler, but I love the little curly Q antennas you can build into your butterfly. I think that's so fun. Not just that you can use that part of the template for that, but obviously using it for the connector feature as well. So it gives you a lot of those fun options. And then this is really building the embroidery design like you would build the ruler design, because for the ruler, we're giving you one side of the butterfly. So you're going to be stitching out one side, and then you're going to go back and stitch out the other side. And so as we're showing you how this stitches out, it's essentially how you would use your ruler as well. All right, so we've got our first design down, guys. So now I could go ahead and take that design and then maybe just do a little rotation. I could go to the edit options and mirror it. Let's see, what are my options here? I could mirror it, so then it's coming from the back side. I could mirror it this way. So now if I were to do that, then everything is kind of in the opposite direction, which might be kind of fun. But I think I would rather just pick a different design, because I do think that these actually will go really well together. So I'm going to head back over. Let me get this out of the way here. I'm going to go back over and I'm going to pick a different design to add to it. And so let's head over here. Oh. I think if I had my stylus, my life would be a little bit easier with this screen, but that's okay. All right. So I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to go with design. Okay, I'm going to actually go with one of the sideways designs, because I really do love those. So I think I'll go with, let's see, it's right here. And that's 2. So now I'm going to rotate it again. So I'm just going to go to my info and I'm going to use my little rotate button. and just use the dial. I don't know if you saw, but this has a little dial on it. Oops. And this dial is what I'm using to rotate the design. So now I'm rotating that. Perfect. And I could enlarge it a little bit if we wanted to. I could make this design just a little bit bigger. So in order to do that, I would go back to close that feature, go back. And then if I wanted to make it bigger, I just press that button there. And then I use the dial again to just make it grow. And now I chose connector, the B one, which means that there's going to be kind of a little tail that I wouldn't necessarily need in this, but I'll just go with it. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be preparing my fabric again. So I'll head back over to this camera here, and I'm going to take this off of the embroidery unit. And then I have had the opportunity to use quite a few different embroidery hoops. And one of the things that I love about the Bernina hoops that come with this machine, which is the Bernina the D770, is I love that it comes with the this kind of dial hoop option. And I'll show it to you in just a minute, but it's just so easy to lock in. So I don't feel like I'm spending a lot of effort pushing down on it and that sort of thing. And it's just really easy to lock in. So there are some really great hoops out there. I know for my Janome machine, I have the snap hoops, which are so easy. They're the magnetic hoops. And it just makes my life great. So I'm just making sure everything is really flat because, of course, I don't want to have any surprises when I go to lock this down. Okay, so now I'm trying to do this on not such a flat sewing surface, and I'm going to fail. So I'm going to move back over to my flat zone over here. You know, this pillow needs to look good on my outdoor chair. I have a cute little hanging bench in my backyard, and I've already got a place I plan to put this cute little pillow. So, all right. So now I've got my embroidery unit on, and I mentioned this little dial. It's so cool. It just locks it down. So I get it in place. It releases super easy. Yeah. A favorite feature. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get this back in place, and I'm going to lock down my embroidery unit onto the system there, and I'm going to push my thread back through. I'm getting smart, guys. This is the first time that I haven't had to re-thread yet. Knock on wood. Hopefully it won't make me. And all right. There we go. And now we've got that ready to go. So heading back to my screen here, let's go ahead and exit out, and we'll go and we're going to start sewing. All right. So this is one of those moments where you do not want your fabric to get into the embroidery field. And so I'm just making sure everything stays out of that area where it's embroidering. Because again, this is my 4th time doing a pillow. So I'm going to tell you that I actually had my fabric get caught in the embroidery field twice. Twice it got caught. So, just good food for thought. Keep your fabric out of the embroidery field when you're doing any of these projects. All right. So as we continue on with this fun little design, I'm going to start preparing my my fabric for the backer. And in order to do that, I cut these 2 white pieces, and this is that outdoor fabric again. There's something that's kind of on this. I'm not going to worry about it though, because again, it's going to be on the back, and I'll just kind of put it on the inside of the back. And so now I'm just going to be kind of creating my planned seam for this, because I'm going to be adding it to the back of my pillow project. So I'm just kind of creating a little seam that I'm going to be sewing using my circles and straights tool. And we'll get that going. All right. So I'm just kind of finger pressing that, getting ready for that. And oh, this design is so beautiful. I absolutely love that the oval flowers that we have all over in this collection. It just really inspires what you can do with ovals in such a bigger way. You know, traditionally you don't necessarily see flowers when you look at ovals, but I think that they create some really, really pretty ones. All right, so I've got my finger pressed ready to go backer here. Okay, I'll just put my box on it, keep it ready. And this design is stitching out kind of differently. I think because it's that we're doing that kind of butterfly in flight. We're doing the side view of the butterfly. You're seeing kind of how we would stitch out maybe that second part. I would probably do the bigger wing first if I were doing the ruler quilting portion of it. And then I would add on this kind of little extra section right there. But kind of fun to see how the embroidery machine does it. And that's the little cute little oval marking for the butterfly that we added in there. All right. So as we continue forward, I would be curious to know how many of you have done that template quilting where you layer the fabric. You know, I have different scissors that I like to use, but I definitely really prefer my, I believe that they call them the duckbill scissors, where you have a wider, more round edge to be able to do the cutaway. I feel like it allows me to get a lot closer to the actual stitch line. And then one of the other things that you might consider too is going ahead and going over this embroidery design a couple times to kind of get that stitch locked in before you move forward with it. Because as you cut away, you do have the risk of cutting a stitch. And if you have it, you know, like triple stitch, like our bean stitch designs would be, then you have the opportunity of being able to, you know, cut one of the stitch lines and not worry about it. But what's going to happen now is after we stitch this out, we do our, we choose our cutaway. Then we will go ahead and then we'll go ahead and do the ironing to lock all of the template fuse down, and everything will kind of keep from fraying and that sort of thing. And I noticed this outdoor fabric definitely has a little bit more fray to it. So having that template fuse on there is going to be great. So we're finishing this design, and let's take a look at it here. All right. Oh, not that camera. This camera right here. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad that the internet ended up figuring itself out. And so I'm seeing that there are some folks that have done some template and some folks that haven't. You know, template is actually, we coined it template quilting with our rulers, because you're using your templates to create what I would consider reverse applique. And, you know, now when you do it with embroidery, I want to call it template, but really it's just reverse applique with embroidery designs. But it's such a fun way to be able to really make your designs and your projects pop, especially when you're doing like a pillow like this. All right, so let's see what it came out to. Isn't that a fun design, guys? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this away, and we're going to see the design in all its glory now. All right. So now here's a time, and I'm going to actually put this camera on. Here's a time where we could actually benefit from pulling out a ruler. Because I did end up including that connector design, I could easily take my ruler for my butterflies in flight design, and I could connect these two with another butterfly. I could connect them with another flower design and really just have this flow. I think I might do that, guys, because why not? I have a ruler, and that's really the joy of being able to use the EmbroideLee, is that we are creating designs that actually work with all of our rulers. So you can really incorporate both your rulers and your embroidery into one project seamlessly. So I think I want to do that just because right now it just looks like two separate designs, and now I could really bring them all together with that. So I'm going to go ahead and take my embroidery unit off, and let's see, there I am. All right, and I'm going to put my hoop back on its home on my hoop and ruler organizer here. You can actually find that on our site if you don't have one already, because you're going to love it. All right, so if I do want to go ahead and connect that design, I'm going to attach my ruler foot now. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that ruler foot back onto the machine here. And let's see, I wasn't planning on doing ruler quilting today, but I haven't had a chance to play with that butterfly template a whole lot either. So we can learn that template together. All right, so now I'm going to put my Sew Steady table back onto my machine. And again, if you don't have a Sew Steady table, it's amazing. You should get one. I know machines come with a lot of different table options these days, but your Sew Steady is perfectly fit around the arm of your machine. It's got that clear so you can see all of your tools underneath it, which can make your life a lot easier. And of course, and a lot of our tables have a lot of bells and whistles. This particular table, we actually have the option to be able to add in the BSR. I don't have it on right now because I'm actually headed to a show this week. I'm going to Bernina University, which is this awesome event that they put on for all of Bernina dealers, and where you get to go and you learn about new machines and new products. And so I'll be talking Sew Steady at that event, and that's going to be coming up this weekend. So some of my Bernina stuff is on its way there. All right, so now I'm going to find my box and find my ruler because I want to connect. I want to connect this design. And, you know, I got to be honest with you guys. I have a lot going on today, and I probably could be making better decisions with my time. But this is fun. And I love being able to show off all of these cool tools. So I've got my Butterflies in Flight template out right now. And I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. All right, so this template comes with, as you can see, all kinds of goodies. So you have your ovals. You've got 3 different oval sizes that are in this, but there's actually 4 because we're also giving you the option to create an outside oval. So we're including the inside design and the outside design, which I love. All right, so I'm going to actually put these away for right now because I'm just going to do the butterfly as the singular butterfly. So I'm going to use this outside shape. I think that this is going to be perfect for connecting these 2 designs. You can see that I could kind of connect them that way. So as I think about my design, I want to think about the opportunity that I'm going to be using the template to do a sideways butterfly. There we go. And so I might want to go ahead and build in a little room for that. All right, so let's head on over here. And I have actually never used this template, and I'm not using my instructions. So we're going to do this together for the first time. You guys ready? All right. So I've got my feed dogs dropped still. I'm going to put this into, I'm going to choose my new foot because I put the number 72 foot down. And so now I'm going to go over and I'm going to pick the appropriate foot. And again, this is just how you do it on this particular machine. Every machine is different, obviously, but the machines that actually allow you to choose your foot mean that it's going to get your machine ready. So it's going to put it into the, basically make sure that everything, all the functionality is ready for being able to do that particular option. So feed dogs are down. I've got the correct foot chosen. All right. And there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and drop you down here. And I've got my template in place. My goal is, you can kind of see the stitch line. You can see the stitch line. My goal is that I go ahead and just kind of touch the edges of each of those with my ruler foot. So I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to drop my foot right here and drop my needle, and all right. I think we're ready. So now I know that I'm exactly where I want to be. And, oh, of course, my thread broke. Remember when I said my thread wasn't going to break and I hadn't broke it yet today? And then this happens. All right. We knew it was going to happen, guys. So I prepared you. And I know last week we got to have Anne come on and show this template off, and she created a super, super cute bumblebee. So if you haven't already seen that live, check it out. She did a project with just this template. She makes a bumblebee. She made a beautiful flower and butterfly design that you're absolutely going to love. All right, so I'm going to drop my needle again now that everything is in place. Oh. And sometimes you just got to get this out of the way because otherwise it'll bug you like it does me. Now I don't have to look at it. All right. And I'm going slower because I want to be able to follow along here. And so I'm creating one part of my butterfly wing and head right now. And then I'm going to pick up the template. And one thing I didn't do, which is a no-no, is I didn't add my staple tape. And I might regret that. But every butterfly looks a little different, right? So I could have a butterfly that maybe has a little different shape to it. I'm just kind of stopping and adjusting the template as I see that I need to. I want it to come back and touch that spot perfectly. All right, so now I've got my first butterfly shape started. And so really what you would do next is you would go ahead and lift your template, pull this butterfly out. So I'm just going to go ahead and lift my foot. My needle is down. I can pull the template off. But I wanted to show you, I'm going to spin this. So the starting point of my butterfly shape. All right, so now because I've done this side, now the goal is that I will do a partial on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and head back a few spots here. So I'm going to drop my foot and I'm just going to follow along, and I'm just going to start right about here because I want to start with my template. There's actually a marking on the template right here that allows you to line up that line. And so I'm going to go ahead and line it up. So I'm going to come a little bit further over. There we go. All right. So now I've lined that template up with the stitch line right there. And so now I'm going to go ahead and do my butterfly body. And make sure, I feel like my head's going to be a little extra, but let's see. You just have to remember you're always going to be a 1/4 inch. You're going to always be a 1/4 inch away from the template at any given point because your needle is a 1/4 inch away. Okay. And now I've got my body built in. So now I'm going to go ahead, lift my foot. And now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add a little bit more of a wing. So I'm just going to tilt the template a little bit. You see that right there? And I'm going to drop my foot and then we're going to just build out. So I'm just tilting the template a little bit. I want to keep it so it doesn't really go through that flower. So you can see I'm kind of building that extra wing right here. Oh, I did it perfect, guys. And then I could go ahead and slant it out a little bit more. So kind of, you can see a little bit more wing. All right. And I could add an antenna. And I think I've got my sideways butterfly nailed. So let's take a look. I did it. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. Let me see if I can show it to you any better right here. The head's a little wonky. I'm okay with that. I could go ahead and add my little antenna. I think I'm going to actually, all right, I'll do it because I can. But if I didn't want to break stitches, then I would travel all the way back down. I'm going to go ahead and break stitches though, because it's going to be okay. And then I'm just going to drop my foot right there in the effort of saving time. And all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add a couple of quick little antennas. And so in order to do that, I'm going to drag that out and I'm just going to bring it down to right there. Oh, guess what happened? My thread broke. All right, pull that foot up, needle up, and so here's what I want you to know. Yes, I've done ruler quilting, but I am no Donnell or Kate or anyone else. I don't get to ruler quilt very often, and I am breaking all kinds of rules. I didn't put stable tape on the template, which this template absolutely needs stable tape. So I 100% recommend that. I was just trying to do that in the effort of saving time, which is probably not a great idea. But unlike a lot of folks, I tend to be a little bit less focused on perfection. And you know what? That's okay. We're all created differently. And I actually think that quilt projects that aren't perfect are sometimes even cuter. So I'm just going to do one more little curly cue. And there we go. So now my guy's got little antennas. I have my connector piece. I use my ruler to do it. I feel so accomplished. All right, so let me go ahead and show you it in all its glory right here. We've got my overhead camera. So now you can see that I have got a complete design. So before I had two different designs. I had this design up here, and then I had this design down here, and then I did a sideways butterfly to connect them. And I thought it came out pretty good. My first time using the template, and I'm pretty satisfied with my sideways butterfly. So I'm going to do some cutaway and do a big reveal. I'll post my pictures to that because the cutaway is going to take a little bit longer. But you know what? There were some folks that haven't seen the cutaway yet. So let me go ahead and just do a quick tutorial on the cutaway. So in order to do cutaways, what you're going to do is you just want to kind of grab that top layer of fabric. And sometimes it can be a little tricky, but you just want to do a little quick snip. And as you grab it, because you're cutting through both the fusible and the fabric at the same time, you're going to kind of just be aware that you've got that. And now you're going to start revealing that under fabric. So let me bring this over to this camera that's a little bit closer up. And so now I've got that first layer revealed. And again, I like to use my duckbill scissors. I just don't have them in this room right now. So I'm using just more of a traditional sewing room scissor. And I'm just going to be careful. But as you cut this away, you're just following the stitch line and you're revealing color. So you take this white pillow and now you are going to give yourself this gorgeous color pop to go with it. And you can see that the wing is getting revealed, guys. So cute. And I am so excited that everybody's going to be boxes here this week and be able to start playing with this template. Again, I know I said earlier, don't forget to get in there and submit your projects from your Arrow challenge. So if you did any of those Arrow box projects, get in there and share. We want you to, you have the option of winning a $75 gift card to Sew Steady. So that's worth it. But, we just love to be able to share all of those projects. If you haven't seen it, we do a weekly email and we will pick folks that share in our Westerly by Me and do a spotlight moment. And so also make sure to share in Westerly by Me because we would love to share your projects with our entire community. All right, so I just did my first reveal. So that's just the half the butterfly right there. And then if I did the second layer, then I'm just going to cut through. So I'm just going to go one layer deeper. So I'm just going to cut that first layer and start there. And then look, I already did it. That was a little extra of me. I was hoping that I would get through it, but I wasn't sure if I would. So now I've got the second layer that I'm revealing. And when you're doing smaller petals, I like to do what I call a crisscross. So I do a lengthy cut, and then I do a vertical and a horizontal cut. And then I'll just kind of cut it in quadrants that way, just because I want to make sure I don't mess up, especially when it's small like that. All right. So, and then again, with the fusible, once you cut it, then you can go ahead and iron it. I know a lot of our educators have done a lot of cool stuff with this. Ann Moore, who was on last week, has done some amazing projects with template quilting. In fact, if you go to our Sew Steady University, you can see an entire category that is all about template quilting. So, and there's free classes on there, everything, so you can get a little bit more education on it from experts. But that is one petal. So I've gone ahead and revealed one petal. And I love that this one is going to have a couple of different color options in it. And so I'll just keep cutting away. And like I said, I'll share a picture of how it all come out. But I love being able to show all of these cool tools to all of you. So that is my process in creating the design. So let's go ahead. I forgot I had more to do for you guys here. Let's go ahead and finish this off right now with creating my seams. So I'm going to change the foot. We're going to do one more foot change out. So gosh, we are doing 3 feet today, guys. That's a 3-foot project. That's got to be something special, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and put this foot on. I'm going to, grab this tool right here, drag it over and put it onto my machine. And I'm using this like a sew straight tool now. I've got it lined up with my 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and just create my simple envelope back seams. Now, please don't judge the seams here, because as far as I'm concerned, they're going to be hidden. So nobody's going to see them anyways. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring my feed dogs up. I've got my foot selected. So let's take it away. Oh, guess what I just did? You guys can guess it. Yeah. The thread came out of the needle. So I'm going to thread the needle, and I think at BU, I'm going to take some time to learn how to use the needle threader. That'll be my goal. So when I come back and I do another demo, you won't have to watch me thread the needle the old-fashioned way. You watch me using this needle threader, and successfully. Okay, so I've got that. I've threaded the needle. Now we're ready. So I'm using the Sew Straight guide, the Universal Sew Straight guide, to create a 1/4 inch seam. And it's so easy this way, guys. So I've lined up the needle. I've lined up the guide on the 1/4 inch seam marking on the mat. And I am creating my 1/4 inch seam right there on my backer. And I'm going to do this. We're just going to do a little daisy chain. Why not? So let's go ahead and carry this on. Okay, here we go. I already finger pressed this a little bit too, so let's go ahead and just keep moving through it here. And then we're going to finish. That's right. We're going to do a circle project. So let's go ahead and cut that and release. And we're going to throw the backer on. And I thought I called this a 15-minute pillow project, but I think I made it a lot longer because I incorporated the ruler quilting and 2 embroidery designs. It was 15 minutes the first time when I was using only 1 embroidery design. Okay, so don't get too upset with me. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead, because I can finish doing my cutaway anytime. This can be a fun project that I do when I'm on the plane tomorrow. Ah, what a good idea, Stacy. And so now I'm going to go ahead and put my envelope backer on, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay it and make sure it covers the design. And so I've got that right there. And then again, same thing, and everything is going to be inside out that I sew, because I want to make sure that whatever I am sewing is going to be covered. So I get to see the whole embroidery design. So now I'm just going to go ahead. I've got 3 layers of fabric I'm pushing through, and it pushed through, actually just 2 layers of fabric because I'm just doing the backer, and it pushed through just like that. So what I did is I marked my my Universal Circles and Straights tool on the 17-inch marker, and that's going to create a 17-inch pillow size. So there's going to be a little extra, so I'm probably going to have to get a make my own custom pillow fill for that. The other thing that I need to take into consideration is that my top fabric is a little bit smaller, so I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to get smart, and I'm going to move this down to a 16-inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that back on. It's a nice thing about this tool is that you can attach everything and then just move it. So I'm just moving it. The way I moved it, guys, is I just spun it really, really easily. And now I'm lining up both the horizontal and the vertical lines on my mat. I'm lining that up with the lines on the ruler or the tool. You can kind of see that right there. There's little markings on that tool. So I just line that up, and now I'm bringing everything back down. All right. So I'm just going to I'm eyeballing it right now. You can see me eyeballing it at that needle area because I want to make sure that it's going to be covering the whole project. And I'm going to get everything out of the way so it moves freely. All right, so what I actually am witnessing right now is that it will cover the whole project. I just need to move the project to the left a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and actually release the where I pinned it. And I'm just going to pin it a little bit more to the left to do that. And now go ahead and put all the layers through that. And now we're going to watch the needle. And this is just super important because you definitely want, and you can, what I'm seeing here is that I can see through the fabric, and I want to make sure my top layer is the only thing that I see when I go around. And so it might be a little bit hard for you to see that, but it's very clear to me. All right, I am ready. I've got my thread ready to go. I'm going to drop my foot. I've got my feed dogs up. And I'm just going to make a circle. What do they say when you do the same thing over and over again? I think it's actually considered crazy. All right. That was a good thread. Okay, now we're ready to go in this circle. So anytime you're creating any kind of circle, with the Circles and Straights tool, I just recommend you can use a fusible if you're doing a single layer, but because I'm using obviously multiple layers of fabric, a fusible is really not necessary. I just do a fan out. I'm just fanning this out the whole time to make sure everything stays where I want it to. You slow down as you get to maybe sections that you're worried about. And it's going to come out perfect. Here we go. Yeah. And you know, I think that you guys get to do a little bit of trial and make sure everything is exactly where you want it before you sew. What do they say? Before you cut, measure twice. I measured twice there. All right, so as I come around, you can see I'm connecting my circle here. I'm just going to slow it down and make sure everything is going to connect perfect. And you know why it's connecting perfect? Because my amazing educator and friend, Donnell McAdams, came to me years ago and said, Stacy, it's very imperative that your Circles and Straights tool is perfectly aligned with your needle. And that's how it's going to connect perfectly and create perfect circles. And voila, it does it. Thanks, Donnell. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut my thread. And we're going to go ahead and actually, you know what? The other thing that Donnell does that I love watching is that when she does the cutaway on this, she actually does the cutaway right here while it's still pinned. So brilliant. So I'm just going to cut my extra. I'm cutting this off. I've created my circle so I can cut my extra. And my pillow is going to be done before I go to Bernina University, guys. This is so exciting. It'll be done by the time I get there, right? Because I'm going to do a little bit of sewing or cutaway on the plane, assuming that they'll let me take my little snips. To think about that. I don't want those to get stolen. I like my duckbill scissors. All right, so I am coming around the corner here. And look how easy it is to cut, though. You can see I'm just using my scissors, and I've got that pinned right here, and I'm just cutting it away. And these could be great little circle placemats. You can do all kinds of fun things with this. And it's just a quick and easy project. So I can make that look a lot cleaner, but in the effort of time, I'm just going to go ahead and do the big reveal. So let's do the big reveal with this camera right here. All right, I'm folding it under and folding this under. This might be my best pillow yet, guys. All right, on a day where the internet didn't want to behave properly, I think I might have my best pillow yet. So now what I'm going to do is we have point turners that we've used in the past from from Clover, which are really great. You can find point turners anywhere. I'm just using my scissors because I have them right here. But this is where you would want to get your point turner out and just kind of turn that around. This would be a fun spot to put one of our butterfly buttons, and then Pam showed that cool trick of using like a hair tie right there. You could keep that solid, and then voila. So there is our pillow. We've already started cutting it away. I'll post a picture on the Wesley by me so you can see my full cutout after my plane ride. But thank you guys so much for joining me on my little project today. I'm so excited for you to try out these designs, make your own fun, whimsical projects. And again, those are our new products for our summer launch. We were hoping to launch a new table, but we're going to wait for that a little bit longer. We want to get it perfect before we do it. So stay tuned for that opportunity as well. And we'll look forward to having you join us for more amazing education. We've got Donnell is going to be doing her Circle Society class, I think, hopefully in the next week or so. And tomorrow, Nan is back, and she's going to be doing her part 2 of her jacket. So if you caught that first part last week, we're finishing it this week. She's going to be doing ruler quilting on her sleeves with the decorative thread, and she's going to be assembling the jacket. So you don't want to miss that. If you're an Elevate Club member, you can go on and watch those videos right now on the So Steady University too. So don't worry about that. But again, I have matching pillows, or not so matching pillows, because I'm going to have some pink reveal on this one. And I'll be able to show you a picture maybe eventually in my backyard. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I'm so glad we got to do all of this, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you next week. Bye.